Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we have the new Alphalete Amplify Contour or Amplify V2. In other words, we have an updated new collection of Amplify from Alphalete. If you guys didn't know, the Alphalete Amplify leggings are one of my all-time #1 favorite leggings. So they made some updates. I don't think they'll be launching Amplify Contours every launch. I still think they'll be having some regular original Amplifies. But if you're looking for some extra little details, enhancements, we have the new Amplify Contour. So this is part of their Terra collection. So lots of earth tones. We have new Amplify Contour leggings, Contour 5-inch shorts, Contour sports bras, and some sweats and tees and other accessories too. So this will all be launching on Saturday, September 30th at 12 p.m. Central Time. And as always, you can use my code Kathryn for 10% off your whole order. If I do have the prices before the launch, I will put them on the screen. Otherwise, I can update in the comment section when the prices release. Quick little announcement, if you guys didn't already see, I did post a YouTube short, and if you're following me on Instagram, you would have seen, but I did get engaged this past weekend. Ian and I just passed the 10-year mark of dating, and I finally graduated dental school, so we were finally ready to take the next step, and I'm so excited. It's the most beautiful ring, and we will see trying on these leggings if this snags them. All right, let's start out with colors and color comparisons. So as you can see, lots of neutrals this collection, and I feel like this is becoming a thing recently. Like Buff Bunny did it with their Naked collection as well. They had this whole neutrals collection that was just all browns and tans, which I love a good neutrals moment. I think it's such a chic look, but sometimes I'm like, can we do like 2 or 3 neutrals and then some fun colors too? I get it doesn't make the collection as like cohesive, but I love me some colors. Anyways, we have our lightest color here. This is porcelain, which is honestly, when I'm not self-tanned, this kind of like cooler tan color is probably like exactly my skin tone. We have mocha, which is actually a new mocha. I don't know why they did this, but it is not the same as the old mocha. It is much lighter than the old mocha, so keep that in mind when mixing and matching. They definitely still go together, but new mocha. And very similar to that, we have sand, which is another light brown. We have pewter, which is a deep, almost brownish gray. When next to the other browns, it looks more gray, but I wore it by itself in the gym today, and it definitely leaned a little bit more brown, so I actually really like this. We have clay, which is definitely the warmest of the colors. And then we have cashmere, which is a super dark brown. And then of course we also have black, but I did not get any black because I feel like I already have black Amplifies. I didn't need more. Next, I'll insert all of the double squat tests. So I'll be squat testing with just a regular nude thong as well as a patterned bright colored cheeky, so we can really see if they're squat proof. Okay, I think we should start with the Amplify Contour leggings. So I got a size small, which is my normal Alphalete Amplify size, and they fit very similarly to regular Amplifies. So whatever size you wear in the original Amplifies, you can wear in these. I already did a little waistband height comparison, and this is the new updated, slightly shorter rise. So the actual waistband height here is the same as original Amplifies, the same as it's always been, but similar to the last Amplify launch, they shortened from the gusset to the bottom of the waistband a little bit. So it's about like, I'd say 3/4 of an inch shorter, which at first I was not here for, but lately I've been wearing both my older Amplifies and my newer ones to the gym, and I think I actually like the shorter waistband just a little bit. It makes it so the waistband hits just right above the glutes instead of an inch-ish above. And looking back at videos in the gym, I actually feel like it's more flattering. We have the classic 3-tiered waistband with the Alphalete embroidered into the fabric, and of course the classic scrunch that is attached just a little bit above the gusset there. The colors in this launch have a slight marl to them. With my bright lights going on, the marl looks a little bit more obvious. And the fabric composition is the same as original Amplifies, but to me, this launch feels a little bit softer, almost a little bit thinner. It actually kind of feels like the Here Comes the Sun collection, which you guys know I loved the Here Comes the Sun. So super stretchy, a little bit softer. And I also feel like with this slightly softer feel, it actually collects pet for less than regular Amplifies. And then we get into the details of why this is the Amplify V2 or Amplify Contour leggings. leggings. We have some details down the leg, and these are gonna be a little hard to show before we try them on. So the biggest, most notable details is this kind of like waffle knit that when you put on just looks like a little bit of texture, but it like scrunches up the legs a little bit. Almost kind of like the old Alphalete Halo leggings, Arrow leggings, except I kind of forget with those, but this is actually not an eyelet detail. You cannot see any skin through this. It's just an extra texture. So initial thoughts, it kind of looked like Gymshark Energy seamless, except those were eyelets, so those have a much higher chance of running, much like you get a run in tights. But I did try these on today. I wore them to the gym. I had to adjust them up the leg, and I was not getting any runs initially. So while I do think these are going to be more delicate than the original Amplify leggings, I don't think they're as delicate as like an eyelet seamless legging. Okay, hopefully we can see this, but when I stretch this out, you're not seeing any light through this. It's just a waffle knit detail. So we have some of that detailing going down the side of the leg. And the part that really contours the glutes is this slight vertical rib detail that comes around the side of the glute and almost curves a little bit underneath, and then it goes down the leg. I'm measuring about a 24-inch inseam, but I already wore these and they do fit my leg perfectly. Amplifies, since they're so stretchy, have a ton of vertical stretch, so getting them to work with the length of your leg just tends to not be much of an issue, even as a tall girly. So let's try these on. Okay, so here are the Amplify Contour leggings. They still have a high rise, even though they decrease the rise a little bit. Basically right at the smallest point of my waist, maybe just the tiniest bit above. We do have a good amount of compression in the waistband. I would say it's pretty similar to previous collections. They do keep the Amplify waistband pretty snug, but I don't feel like it's as snug as it once was. These are our seamless leggings, so obviously we have no front seam. We have that really soft fabric. I love the feel of these. Again, really reminding me of that Here Comes the Sun. And then we start to have the details along the side. So we have that vertical ribbing that comes around. It almost just peaks right below the glutes and then goes back down the leg. Then we have some of that waffle knit here, and it's definitely on the subtle side. And like I said, it's not actually an eyelet, so you can't see like my nails through this, like you can't see anything through. And even tugging on it, I'm not getting runs in them like I used to with like a Gymshark Energy seamless. Not necessarily that eyelets are bad quality, they just run really easily, so I like that this is not an eyelet. And then we get some more details down the leg until you get that waffle detail kind of behind the knee. And here is the scrunch detail. As always, these get a high on the booty scale, always super flattering. These will probably be minorly cellulite friendly. They do have a little texture going on right below the glute, so that can always help a little bit, but I wouldn't consider them like full cellulite proof just because they are a thinner legging. Waistband has about medium to medium high compression, but the rest of the leg is super stretchy, lightweight, so very light compression. And a view of the rest of the leg. So you can see these are only a 24-inch inseam, but because they have so much vertical stretch, they do go all the way down to the bottom of my ankles. And we have some more detail going down the leg, as well as some of that vertical rib detailing going down the side of the ankle. So the eyelet detail for me, I wouldn't be buying these just for the eyelet detail, but I do like this little back contour, and I also just love how soft these are compared to regular Amplifies. So for me, I definitely say these are worth it. They're very comfy. I have not had any issues with the fabric yet. Amplifies are always more delicate, so I'm always careful with any Velcro, nails, things like that. But yeah, I can definitely say these are flattering, and I am a fan. One last thing I'll say about the Amplify Contours is that because they feel more stretchy and less compressive than the last version of the Amplifies that have the same rise height, I feel like these are actually sitting a little bit higher, or at least can sit a little bit higher, because they have a little bit more stretch. Just quickly popping on in the cashmere, just to talk about some color differences. Normally with darker colors of seamless leggings and Amplifies specifically, they can be a little bit more snug and less stretchy, and basically every single color I have tried on today has felt just as stretchy, and no colors have really felt really small or too big for me. So I would say sizing across all of the colors of the Amplify Contour is very consistent. Next, we have the Amplify Contour 5-inch shorts. So this is all we're getting for shorts. We're not getting the usual kind of like 4.5 and 6-inch Have we been getting 6-inch? I think we have. There's been so many Amplify shorts, it's hard to keep track. So we are just getting one 5-inch short. 5-inch, especially for Amplifies, when you pull a lot of fabric up and around the glutes, just tends not to be quite enough for me. 5-inch can work for me on like a regular non-seamless, but for seamless, you need a little bit more length. So we will see how these work for me. Anyways, these are similar to the Amplify Contour leggings, but they are a little different. The waistband is the same. I did just do a quick measurement, and it looks like for the shorts, the rise is actually 1/2 inch less than the leggings. So sometimes they do this with shorts. They make the rise a little bit shorter just so it's not like so high on the torso and then the shorts are so short. But just keep that in mind, these will come up a little bit less than the leggings. And we do have some side details as well, but these ones are a little bit different. It almost reminds me of the details from the Stratus bra and the Stratus long sleeve tops. So we can see we still have that kind of contour detail, the vertical ribbing that goes down and around the glutes a little bit and kind of comes back in. But we also have just that slight little texture detail more towards the front of the shorts. So these do not have that waffle knit. So these ones aren't quite reminding me of Gymshark Energy Seamless quite as much. I did get a small and a medium in the shorts so we can compare. The shorts are a little bit snug on the model, so I just wanted to try a size up just in case, but they do feel pretty stretchy in the leg opening, so we'll see. Okay, so these are the shorts in a medium, and I have not even tried the small on yet, but these feel like how the leggings were feeling in a small. So we'll see in a second when I try on the actual smalls, how they feel. But yeah, similar high waist, even though the rise is technically a little bit shorter. For some reason, shorts always just come up a little bit more. I am getting a little bit of compression along the thigh area. I would still definitely say they have enough space for me in the thighs, but you can definitely see they do want to just compress a little bit more. So I would say thick thigh friendly because they're not truly like sausaging my thighs, but we're definitely getting a little bit of extra compression around here. So we have that nice little vertical rib detail, a little texture detail in the front here, and of course high on the booty scale. This is that porcelain color, and I'm honestly not even seeing my nude underwear underneath. Sometimes I do. So these probably won't perform super well on the squat test with the pattern underwear, but I would still wear them to the gym. Although I might look like I'm not wearing any clothes because this does match my skin color pretty well. And overall, still about a light compression on these. These are a 5-inch and they're definitely going a little bit above the bulk of my thigh. So I would expect these will be rolling on me at the gym. So I probably won't be reaching for them very much just because I just need a little bit more length. Okay, so here are the small shorts, and they're not as snug as I thought they would be after trying on those mediums, but they definitely have a little bit more compression to them. I would say overall more of a light to medium compression. So definitely if you're in between sizes, I would choose a size up. Even if you're just not super sure about the sizing, you can definitely size up in the shorts. I feel like these just run a little bit smaller than typical Amplify shorts. I've sized up to a medium in the past with other Amplify shorts, and they have definitely had more extra fabric in the crotch than these have had. So anyways, these are the smalls. I think they're a little bit more compressive in the thigh area. They just have that small little band of compression, but they still have a lot of stretch to them. So it's really not like sausage thighs. I just feel like it just kind of shows up a little bit. So you can see the detail on this clay color. It's definitely going to be a little bit more prominent in the medium shades. They just tend to have a little bit more contrast. We have that little contour that goes slightly under the glutes. So it's not like an under booty, like compressive sculpt like the Lazuli Sculpt Seamless. It's definitely more subtle, so you're not getting that like BBL compression lift, but that can be a little bit hard to place. And I also like this contour because I don't feel like the placement is so critical that if it's just a little bit too high or low, it's super obvious and weird looking. So I do like the subtlety of this. The Amplifies already have a good scrunch going on, so you don't need that much more enhancement. So yeah, still high on the booty scale on these. I think this color is super cute, very fall. Let me know what you guys think of the small versus the medium. I definitely think I'm going to be able to comfortably wear this small without a problem. All right, let it be known, I tried on probably like 10 pairs of leggings and shorts today, and we did not snag a single one, so a success. Next, we have the Amplify Contour bras. So I love to have a matching set, but sometimes the Alphalete seamless sports bras are just not my thing. So I was a little bit hesitant about this one, but this one has a couple differences from other Alphalete seamless bras. So the fabric composition is the same. This one is actually a shorter line sports bra. So we just have a small little compressive band around the bottom. I did already wear this to the gym and it did hold me in place, but it was a little bit less coverage and support. So just keep that in mind. It's not a high impact sports bra for my larger cup size girlies. We have this cute little V-neck. I felt like I had really good side boob coverage though. We do have removable cup pads. Sometimes they vary their cup pads, but generally for the seamless sports bras, it's this triangular shape, which I feel like fits well in the cup pad area. And it's a good thickness. It's not crazy thick, but it's enough to hide any nippage. And then a close-up for some details. So we have the classic Amplify material here. We do have a sewn on seam at the edge, a little bit of that vertical ribbing underneath to give a little bit of contour. Then we have that little compressive band along the bottom. There's a little bit more of that ribbed detail at the side here. And then we have this racer back to open cutout in the back. And then we have the Alphalete logo. This is a vinyl press on at the back of the sports bra. All right, this is a perfect opportunity for a Pinto appearance because he matches so many of these colors. Like right here, that's like a little bit mocha sand. The paws, cashmere. Isn't that right? Yeah, you always show up in the best times. All right, we have the Amplify Contour Sports Bra. So I will try on the white as well, just so we can see the cup pads, because I did hear the white is definitely more on the sheer side. But in all the other colors, the cup pads should be pretty well hidden. So I think I said this was a V-neck, but really it's more of a scoop neck. And we do have that little lower band down here, which I do feel like creeps up into my bust area just a little bit. But if you are more of a smaller cup size, shouldn't be an issue. I do really like this bra. I would say the coverage is actually maybe even a medium coverage because we have really good side boob coverage compared to the Amplify bra. That one had better front coverage, but quite a bit of side boob. So here the side boob is very secured. We have that little contour detailing up in the front here. This is a small and I would actually recommend either going true to size or sizing down. I wish I had ordered an extra small as well. Some of the Alphalete seamless bras do just run a little bit bigger because they're so stretchy. And I feel like I would be just fine in an extra small here just because it is so stretchy, but definitely no need to size down if you don't want it more compressive. So even though it has these seams along the edges, they didn't irritate my skin at all. And then we have that racer back to open back here and the logo down there. So everything is very stretchy. And yeah, the support overall, I would definitely give it more of a light support. You might find a little bit more in a size down, but I did wear this one to the gym. And while there were definitely moments where I just adjusted a little bit, I was never fully at risk of losing a girl, which has definitely happened with other Alphalete bras. So yeah, I would say this one is large cup size friendly in terms of the amount of coverage and falling out, but in terms of support, you definitely would have better support options in other bras. Okay, so here is the white sports bra, and this side I put the cup pad actually underneath both layers of the white fabric, and this side the cup pad is in the actual cup pad space. And I hope you can see the lighting here, but I can definitely see it in the mirror. You can very clearly see the outline of the nude colored cup pad, so just keep that in mind with the white sports bra. You are definitely going to see that cup pad outline. So with white seamless, it's just so thin that tends to be an issue. So if that is going to bother you, I would definitely skip the white. All right, and it wouldn't be fair if we didn't have a peach appearance as well. Isn't that right, Peach? Why is your eye watering? Why is your eye? Next we have some unisex joggers. So I got smalls for me and I also got a medium to try on. So first we have the Earth Dye graphic joggers. So these are also all in neutral tones, but they're slightly different colors. So in the graphic joggers, I got the color Ash, which is like this brownish gray, almost kind of like the same color family as Pewter, but a little bit lighter. Then I also got these in silver, which is a little bit lighter than all of these. So these are a 31-inch inseam classic kind of fleece jogger. They have little cuffs at the bottom. The outside feels like a classic sweatshirt material, and the inside is kind of like a worn-in fleece. So hopefully we can see the inside here. It is kind of that like already worn-in fleece. It still has that softness though. We have an internal drawstring, because they're always gonna do an internal, never an external, but we can probably flip the waistband out, and a little logo along the back as well. And we have 2 side pockets, and the graphic joggers have this little tonal Learn Dream Be More with the wolf and a little scratchy scratch down there. So let's try these on. Okay, here are these small graphic joggers. Definitely a little bit of a relaxed fit. but not super oversized in the size small. So we have a medium of the non-graphic joggers just as a reference. But yeah, after trying on the Stencil hoodie, these definitely don't feel quite as soft on the inside. So they still are soft, but they're a little bit more of that like the feel of a sweatshirt after a couple washes, not right away. We do have the internal drawstrings, so you can tuck that in and just have that classic look with the logo in the back. We have the writing down the left leg, and it is tonal colors, so it's not super in your face, but it's definitely there. We have 2 spacious pockets, and if you want to roll down the waistband, this is where it is. I'd say naturally it hits high-waisted, and then obviously a little bit more mid-rise if you roll the waistband down. So people also like to wear the joggers over their leggings. It's like a little warm-up, and I definitely feel like these are still oversized enough to do that. So this is still the small, and then you can roll the waistband down and kind of do that little like exposed waistband underneath kind of thing. Still have room in the legs, and this is not too tight or anything. Then we have the Earth Dye natural joggers in ochre and iron. So they have the same feel. They have that little fleece on the inside. They are a more lightweight jogger. They're definitely not the thickest I've ever seen, but it is just starting to cool down here in Arizona. It's only 90 degrees right now, and I do say only 90 because it's been 110 for like months. So if you are not as much of a logo girly, these do not have any details along the leg, but everything else is the same. So I do have that small, and I do have the medium as well. So we will do a side-by-side of the small and medium, just kind of depends how oversized you want it, but I find since these are a unisex jogger and they are labeled as a relaxed fit, I don't feel the need personally to size up. Okay, so these are the Earth Dye natural joggers, and I'm not sure if it's a color difference, but these do feel a little bit bigger and a little bit higher rise than the graphic joggers, and I'm actually liking these just a little bit more. I just have a little bit extra space, but it's still not overly baggy. I do feel more comfortable rolling the waistband down in these. You can see it still feels like a high rise with the waistband rolled down in these, which it was not as much in the other ones. And we have a 31-inch inseam on both of the joggers. So we will now try on the mediums. Here are the mediums. They're definitely not crazy big, but just a little bit more space than the smalls. I feel like I really see it when I don't have them rolled down. So this is them with the waistband tied, a little bit more bagginess in the crotch. Still have that kind of worn in sweatshirt feel. So overall, I like the sweatpants as a layering piece or just, you know, a lounge sweatpant, but I just find myself not reaching for sweatpants as much when I don't have a sweatshirt that matches with them, or at least some sort of top that would go really well with them, and I'm just not sure I have that. So that's just my preference, but these are still nice and lightweight with that little worn in fleece, and I like that there's a graphic and neutral option. And we're almost done. We have some new pump covers. These are the Cryptic tees. So this says Alphalete in a very, you know, cryptic font back here. This is the color beige. I got a medium. I tend to get mediums in these tees. These are not very oversized, so definitely size up 1 to 2 sizes if you want more of a pump cover vibe. And this is the color chocolate. Okay, so here's the Cryptic tee in a medium. It's not super oversized. I could definitely also do a large depending on how oversized I want it. For reference, Ian normally wears larges in these shirts, but in any like oversized Alphalete tee, he always goes for the medium. So this color, the text pairs perfectly with the clay Amplify Contour leggings and shorts, so that would definitely be a good pairing. And you could definitely crop this one a little bit, but you might lose a little bit of the text in the back. So I either wear these to the gym untucked, sometimes I do a little front tuck, and sometimes we do a little back tuck as well. And finally, we have the Stencil hoodies. So I'm a little bit torn on these. It's color block, so it's not really my thing. But anyways, these are a thicker fleece than the joggers, and they do have a classic fleece on the inside. It's not that worn look. So here's that inner fleece. It is just a classic sweatshirt fleece. This does have a little bit of stretch to it too. And it has a raised little wolf logo in the front. Oh wow. Okay, this actually spells out Alphalete, but it's also a wolf. So excellent graphic design work to whoever did that. That's actually pretty cool. And we have the same thing in the back. It does actually say Alphalete, but it's very raised as well. It's got this puffiness to it. And we have a front kangaroo pocket and a spacious hood for this as well. Okay, so here's the sweatshirt. This is a size small, and it does have an oversized fit, so I don't think there's any need to size up. this already fits more like a women's medium for me. We have that soft fleece on the inside. We have a kangaroo pocket, the logo in the front and across the back. Just a tiny bit of give to it. I feel like I said it was stretchy before, but it's actually not super stretchy. Sleeves are a good length, if not just like a little bit long, to create a little bit of a slouchy look. And we have a full hood. This is definitely a thicker fleece than the joggers, so it is different. And then we can see the logo detailing in the back. And this color does match the cashmere bottoms almost perfectly. All right guys, that is it for the review. I hope it was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are shopping the launch, make sure to use code Kathryn for 10% off, and it always supports me as well, so I do appreciate it. You guys know I'm an Amplify fan, so naturally I am a fan of this collection as well. I definitely am excited to see some fun colors in the future, but it is finally really approaching fall, so we can start our little neutral, you know, warm browns era. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!